Welcome back, everyone, to our next episode and installment of Shut Up and Enjoy. My name is Chris, and I'm joined here by fellow critic and able to shut up and enjoyer, Dante. Today, we're going to be going over all of the stuff we're thankful for this season, like all of the trailers and announcements that have come out in the last month from Marvel and Star Wars, and holy shit! It just was there a convention I missed or something? Like it seems like these were all Hall H level announcements.
I think it's because the strikes are now over. Now all the information is starting to come out and
That's
trickle out.
right.
And
We are now post-strike.
yes, yes.
Post-strike.
So the writers and actors are all back to work, and hopefully we'll be getting some very good entertainment coming out here soon. So this is why we've been getting so many announcements over. It's like every day we're getting trailer after trailer, we're getting news, and
So can we blame our few week episode hiatus on the strike?
oh yes, we'll blame everything on the strike.
There we go. Perfect. I love it. I love that for us. All right. So just getting right into it. Biggest thing in Lucasfilm and Star Wars news is they finally gave Dave Filoni the keys to the castle.
Yes.
He's been promoted to the creative director of Lucasfilm, I believe is his title now. He's not CEO, so Kathleen Kennedy is still there. So
Right.
you will still have someone to like put on your dartboard to throw darts at.
Right.
But Dave Filoni is now creative director of Lucasfilm. So all of Star Wars is now under Filoni's purview, which I could not be happier. In Filoni, we trust.
Yes, yes. So it was long time due, and I think the only reason why it's taking so long for this to come out is just give him a little bit more seasoning. You know, he's been working on all of his projects, overseeing the Mandoverse along with oh shit, I'm blanking on his name. Um, that does the Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal,
No, the director, creator of
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
uh, Favreau,
Yes, yes. Um,
Happy Hogan.
so working with him and getting a little bit more seasoning under his belt and how things work in Hollywood and everything. So I think that's the only reason why it's taking so long for that to happen. But now that he has been given that title and that job, that duty, I think I think we're in for some good shit.
Also, for the record, I forgot that my lights are synced up to the noise coming out of my computer. So as you talk, you'll see the flash of lights in the back, and it's like the equalizer.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it. I just noticed that in the background. Um, but yes, the effing crew has good things coming for him, and by the effing crew, I mean Filoni, Favreau, and Feige. The
Oh,
three effers of entertainment.
I like it. I
Uh,
like it.
yes, so we are very excited for Dave Filoni. We are very happy for him. He is a fan at heart of all of this stuff. So I'm just excited to see what he does with his Mandoverse movie that's coming out, with
Mhm.
the Rey Skywalker movie coming out. Still haven't heard if that's going to be a trilogy or a one-off. Um, I kind of hope it's a trilogy because I feel like otherwise it would just be a let's try to slightly redeem Rey and make people not hate her as much movie, which I don't think they can do in one movie.
Right.
Uh,
Uh, we did get a little bit of information about that as well. She came out recently saying that the premise of the movie will surprise and shock some people. She was surprised and shocked by it. So interested to see where that's going to go. It's supposed to be about her restarting the Jedi Order, Jedi Academy,
mhm.
some years in the future from where we left her off. But that should be interesting for sure.
I'm still waiting for Kyle Katarn to come in. Give me Kyle Katarn on the big screen. Now, if Daisy Ridley, if Ray and Kyle Katarn start a new order or something, fine. But just give me Kyle Katarn.
That's what you're going with?
I, we probably won't. We'll probably end up getting Cal Kestis. And I wonder if it's going to end up being based on Tanalorr, which is the planet in Jedi Survivor, the
Hmm.
main one that they're all fighting and arguing over.
Yeah.
Which would explain why Cal Kestis has been, not in the universe at all, but yet everything is canon.
Well, you know how it goes.
Oh,
Maybe he's in that other universe, alternate, other universe.
they better not multiverse Star Wars. I will lose my shit.
Well, they already did in Ahsoka. Or is that a different galaxy?
That's a different galaxy, not a different universe. That's not a multiverse. That's a multi-galaxy, and that's
Well,
and
same universe, different galaxy.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I am not just because I have to lock in my opinion and I can't change my mind. I am more fine. See previous episode for context. I am more fine with a different galaxy in the same universe than I would be if they actually did a Marvel thing and fractured the barriers of the Force into the multiverse and did that. I bring in more planets, bring in more galaxies, but I think that needs to stay contained in one
One
universe.
universe. Gotcha. All
And
right.
maybe if it's like the galaxies each have a different like way that the force has grown within them could allow for different possibilities, and that's fine because the force is living and organic, so it has to adapt and evolve and grow with the conditions that it's in, which is
Right.
how evolution happens. Um, so like I will give them flexibility and leniency on that because my word is the seal of approval, and I will call Filoni after this to confirm.
All right. Very good.
Um, but yeah, so all in all, very excited for Dave Filoni, very happy for him. He came up loving Star Wars, and it's still every time I talk about him, I think back to when Sam Witwer was first hired, and they were talking about a Clone Wars episode, and Sam Witwer out Star Wars Dave Filoni, and everyone in the room was like, "What the fuck did this new kid just do? Is he serious?" The whole premise was there was supposed to be a deleted scene where Anakin is talking to Shmi through the Force,
Mm-hmm.
saying, "I have a wife now and kids on the way. I would have loved for you to have met her." And Sam Witwer goes, she did in episode 1 when they were on Tatooine. They Padme and Shmi did meet, and everyone just like was like, "How the hell did Filoni miss that one?" And like that was his like moment of like Filoni was like, "Okay, I hired the right guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so every time we talk about that and just how giddy he was to get into Star Wars and how he talks about that first call getting called to um Lucasfilm Star Wars Ranch thing, um, that to now being in complete charge of it, that is a childhood dream come
Yeah.
true.
That's it's the stuff dreams are made of. And I mean, it's if it was a movie, we'd say this bullshit and it was fiction. So
Yes.
it's good to see something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is good to see some wins in the world.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. So interested to see where we go from here. We've been getting a lot of again announcements. We've had announcements in the past that haven't come to fruition. The Taika Waititi movie, um, the the Ryan Johnson trilogy,
We don't need that. I'm not upset about
Yeah, I didn't have
that. Give me another J.J. Abrams trilogy.
the the Patty Jenkins
Mhm.
movie, and the announcement for that was by, I think, one of the best announcements I think we've ever seen for a movie that will never happen. When they had the life size X-wing,
Mhm.
freaking phenomenal. So again, we've had lots and lots of announcements. Um, so it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. Will his new title, will he start changing some of the things that's already been announced? Um, Obviously, we're going to have more stuff announced. Um, is he taking over creative control of things like the comics, kind of like what Kevin Feige got with MCU, um, with his creative control over everything, all media, so streaming, movies, comics,
Mhm.
everything. Will that same type of thing happen with Star Wars? It would be interesting to see if that happens.
Yeah, and especially because what we've seen in Star Wars with this extended stuff outside of the Skywalker trilogy, with Ahsoka, with uh Rebels,
Mando.
Clone War, Mando, Clone Wars, Rebels. We've seen the dark saber brought in. We've seen Thrawn brought in. So it's all canon that Disney blew away when they bought Star Wars, but
Right.
now is slowly coming in. So it's not necessarily new canon. Like Ahsoka's a new character, but a still a conduit for a lot of the old extended universe canon that we're then bringing back into actual full-on canon. So there's not too much that's been written that we haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be really interesting, especially once we get this High Republic and Old Republic and Acolyte movies coming out soon. Well, soon, I say in the next few years, but then seeing, are they going to start writing brand new canon? It's not even from like the lore anymore.
I think, yes. I think you have to evolve what we have. So I think, yes, that's definitely gonna happen. And even the High Republic stuff that they have in the comics and novels and everything, all that is new, uh, relatively new within the last couple of years as well. So will that stuff be brought up to streaming and movies? How will that all fit in to what we have?
Yeah. I I want a Darth Nellis movie.
You mentioned Acolyte there for briefly. That should be they should be releasing some trailers for that.
That's
Um,
coming in hot.
yeah, it should be coming in soon. The funny thing about that, I did happen to see a trailer. I ain't gonna say how or anything like that,
I
but
don't know.
look look pretty damn good. So we shall see.
Trying to see when. Nope, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted.
I don't think it's ever been said
It
of
says
when.
summer season of 24.
Okay.
So I mean that could be early May for Star Wars Day. That's getting it's still technically spring, I think, but that's getting into the summer season.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So they
right.
might drop on. And now just out of curiosity, what day of the week is May the 4th this next year?
Oh, let's see.
It's a Saturday. They probably won't release it on that. Um, but yes, so that's all very exciting. Not to pull a Loki of sad. Anyway, um, I'm pulling a exciting. Anyway, um, pushing back into Marvel, we got a hell of a lot, especially in Marvel these last couple weeks. Biggest thing is Pedro Pascal has been cast as Reed Richards. The Mandalorian is now Mr. Fantastic. I'm gonna need some stretchy Beskar.
He's
Uh,
just jumping from fandom to fandom over here, isn't he?
well, what's interesting about this casting
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that they're doing Kang, all of his roles in these fandoms have been a father figure role.
Mm-hmm.
From Mando and Grogu, The Last of Us
That's
with
the best.
um, Lyanna Mormont, uh, and so are we then going to be putting in Franklin Richards? That is, I I want Franklin Richards. Show me Franklin. Absolutely. We're going to need Franklin because of Nathaniel Richards, who is a 31st century variant Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, right.
However, you bring Franklin in, you're going to have to somehow destabilize his powers. Because by 7 years old, bro was making galaxies under the covers the same way Harry Potter was casting Lumos in the third movie. Like his Franklin Richards is so incredibly powerful compared to everyone else in the Marvel universe that they're going to have to dampen his powers somewhat. Now, whether it's every time he uses a power that is equivalent to a nat 20, then he causes an incursion or something. So something like that will have to restrain his powers, but otherwise there's no threat anymore. There's just no threat unless he himself becomes corrupted.
well,
Mephisto.
well, I think we might fall into that. We might fall into that thing that we dislike and going too far. We've only gotten an announcement
We
on
have.
Reed. We've got an announcement on, I guess, the casting for the Fantastic Four. No official word, but
As official as it can be without coming from the mouth of,
right, right. So
yeah,
let's get that
yeah.
done first. Get some sort of movie trailer streaming. We're looking at 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah. And
Uh,
just to clear the air, I'm not ragging on the casting. I think Pedro Pascal is going to be a great Reed
oh yeah,
Richards. I
oh
would
yeah.
I would love if somehow they brought in John Krasinski as well and they had a bit of a moment together because he was a great John Krasinski was also a great Mr. Fantastic. Or if they brought in Ione, whatever his name is, like I think that'd be great. So I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just speculating a little bit while
Right,
keeping an
right,
open mind.
right. Um, so as far as the word that we've gotten on the casting, it's pretty good with Pedro Pascal, and I'm blanking on the other ones that have been announced or have been reported. However, um, the the casting of Mr. Fantastic was always going to be at the top of the list of
Mhm.
any casting that would be announced for any of these. Um, Not only Fantastic Four, but any of the other X-Men that we're going to have coming up here soon. So that was definitely always going to be the top priority, the most important, and the one that's most looked forward to. So
And based on a quick Google here,
sure,
Vanessa Kirby is reported to be a candidate for Sue Storm.
right.
Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things is a front runner for Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss Bachrach, I don't know if I know him, is for um, Ben Grimm.
Okay.
Let me see if I actually know who this is. Copy, paste.
So all interesting. Again, like we can always speculate about how this person is going to be this actor for this role,
Yeah.
and so forth. But you pretty much can't go wrong with Pedro Pascal in any freaking role. So
Yeah.
that's good. So we'll just have to see as we get closer and closer to
Mhm.
um, actual casting and actual filming and all that good stuff. So we'll uh, we'll see how it goes. But very, very exciting news, interesting news, and it's good stuff.
I'm gonna shut up and wait.
Yes.
The sequel podcast. Shut up and wait. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for this. Yes. Next order of business and along the cast line theorizing is
Okay.
that we might be seeing Carl Urban as a Wolverine variant.
All right. All right. Very interesting with that because I don't think we've heard a lot about uh variants for Wolverine coming up, and I'm guessing this is going to be in the Deadpool 3 movie. So we haven't heard a lot about variants for him coming into that. So Carl Urban again, from the boys
Mhm.
um
And also Scourge from
and
Thor.
yes, yes. Days and Troy. Yeah, so it's and again another great actor. So you can never go wrong when you get great actors to come in and to play in your
Mhm.
playing your sandbox, as it were.
Yeah.
Um, so MCU bringing in these very talented actors to portray any role is great. But that to hear that he may be playing a variant of Wolverine, you kind of get the wheels turning and you get to
And
thinking
and
like
he was
that's
fan
gonna be
cast a
damn
while
interesting.
ago. He was fan cast a while ago for Wolverine.
Yeah, yeah.
And what
So
also we don't know is this Deadpool Wolverine from Logan? Is this that same Wolverine?
I think it would have to be because that is the only Wolverine we know. So if it's not that Wolverine,
And
then
and
the Hugh
also
Jackman Wolverine would be a variant.
and also Deadpool at the end of Logan went up and turned that cross sideways
Hmm.
at the end of like the post-credit scene.
Right.
So they are in the same universe. So that might make sense.
Yeah.
God, that movie was so good. That movie is still holds up and is still just amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Fantastic.
and so speaking of Deadpool and other fans connecting A to Q without going through the rest of the alphabet, uh, Taylor Swift. Um, reported Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift and someone else at Marvel, I think.
Thank the director of Deadpool 3.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
all in the same box office seat watching Travis Kelce play football.
Right.
And now the thing that holds water in this one is there have been throughout history times where directors and key cast members have these kinds of informal, are you interested? If hypothetically we did this, are you interested? Conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not without complete merit that this that these rumors are coming about. Um, Dazzler is a singing superhero whose power is like the voice notes, right?
Yeah, notes and light or something.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. Um, not 100% sure about the character and what all it entails. But I mean, again, are you going to go wrong putting Taylor Swift?
You're going to bring in another $4 billion from the Swifties seeing this movie because Taylor Swift is in it.
Right, right.
Whatever her agent says her salary is, she's going to bring in that times four just in Swiftie fans. Forget the people wanting to see this to see Hugh Jackman. Forget the people wanting to see this for Ryan Reynolds. Like, forget the people wanting to see this because it's Deadpool 3. Like, you're gonna break even through Swifties alone.
Exactly, exactly. So again, that's just being smart
Oh yeah.
to
It's
you
just good
know
business. It's just good business.
if it
Yeah.
happens again,
Yeah.
it's all rumored right now, but
Yeah. And again, I don't know much about Dazzler myself. I don't know how Dazzler fits in with the Deadpool verse or
right,
even in the comics. I don't know how Dazzler fits in.
right.
Um, but yeah, I'm not making any snap judges on it. I know other people are rolling their eyes like, of course they're trying to get Taylor Swift. It's like, well, yeah, it's just good business. Like, yeah, duh. No, I'll only make 100 million instead of 100 billion.
All right, right.
Um, yes. Next bullet point I have here is Echo.
Ah, yes, we got a trailer for that. Woo!
We got Vinny D back. We
Yes.
see the origins where Kingpin is taking Maya under his very expensive suit coat. Um, and goes bananas, and then how she gets into the crime boss a little bit. You see some of that origin in the trailer, which is better than some other trailers we'll be talking about today. Um, but it looked good. I'm excited for it. I don't personally know much about the character of Echo, aside from what we've seen already on the streaming screen.
Hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. I think the casting for Echo was great. I'm thrilled they brought Kingpin back. I wonder if we're going to see Matt Murdock in this at all.
That is the plan.
Um, yeah, it's
So
going to be.
I think this series is um so it's kind of like a ground-based series, and it is going to lead itself into the upcoming Daredevil Born Again, which has had all of its issues. I'm not even sure
Give
we
us a
want.
hallway scene and you'll get high ratings.
I'm not even sure we want to get into all the issues that that series has gone through. But Echo is going to be released on January 10th, so in about a month, it'll be released. And this one is a series. It's five episodes, I believe, and they're all being released same day. So kind of like Netflix, you can binge it if you want. Now, originally when that was announced, it was shunned by much of the fan base, saying, "Okay, this series it's got to be trash. If Disney is doing it this way, it's got to be trash." Again, not giving it any chance. Um, but then we get the trailer, and you see that it looks pretty damn good.
I
Again,
think
it's just a trailer. We've seen it before where trailers mislead us. Um, but it does look good. It looks like something that we're definitely going to want to tune into in January just to see where this goes.
And
So
I think one thing with the trailer though, and coming off of that comment about everyone's like, if Disney's doing it, it's going to be trash. One thing we saw in the trailer was Kingpin beating the absolute shit, like a proper beating, to
yes.
a street vendor who wouldn't give Maya a hot dog because he couldn't understand the sign language.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Disney saying, We know who these characters are. Shut up.
Yeah, relax, relax.
And I love that middle finger from the mouse just going, oh, we're gonna have him fucking kill people.
One other thing I think that came off the back of this is Disney and I guess Disney and Marvel announced their new. They have that new imprint um, that I guess it's not rated R. It's not really. I guess it's going to be TVMA,
Mhm.
which is the television equivalent of rated R. So it's going to be for an older audience, of course. And I'm blanking on what they're actually calling this new imprint that they're going to start having some of their material go under this imprint so that you know it is a little bit different. You know that it's grounded. It may not necessarily tie back into the greater MCU, as it were,
Mhm.
but it's still going to be a series or show, movie that you want to tune into. So
Absolutely.
really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's good that we're going back and getting more of the Hell's Kitchen heroes and issues because there's a lot there that fans really love. I would love to see Jessica Jones come back. I don't need to see Patty what's her face. But give me Trinity and give me Jessica Jones. And because Kristen Ritter just did a phenomenal job as the character. Like
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I have no notes for her. I have no notes for her.
Got nothing.
Um, Danny Rand.
No comment.
So the next bullet point I have, I could I'd love to see Luke Cage again.
Oh yes, for sure.
I'd like to see Luke Cage again. I think that would be a great one to bring back. Have him go toe to toe with Kingpin.
Oh, interesting.
I think that could be a fun fight.
Yeah.
An unstoppable object meets an impenetrable object. What
Hmm.
happens? The multiverse explodes again. The TVA comes down and puts both of them in a corner.
Calm down, boys. Chill out.
Stop it. No.
Oh man.
Yes. Anything else with Echo, Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen?
No, I think we pretty much covered it all. Well, I guess while we're at it, we can talk about, Daredevil has stopped filming. They've got all new writers in, new director. I guess they're going to change up everything that they had already done some filming before the strikes happened. So I guess they're just going to trash all that and start all brand new. Um, a lot of people would say that is a sign of the MCU's in trouble or
Vote
in
of no comment.
shambles, as that what was it, Hollywood Reporter or Vogue or whatever article that said the MCU's in shambles, and this is a sign that it is in shambles.
Well, according to our last episode, the MCU is dead.
And well, that's true. But I look at it the other way. I look at it as no, you might as well. It hasn't been completed and totally ready to rock. So why not go back if you have different ideas and you want to change some things? Go back and fucking fix it.
And a lot of what I've seen along those lines too are depending on when contracts are up, other stuff starts. So directors don't have just one movie in the pocket and they're on it till it's done.
Right,
They so even with the strikes, like if, for example, Taika Waititi was directing some of these and then he had another contract to start filming November 15th, like he has to start that contract, and his contract for all intents and purposes was up with Disney and Daredevil. He has to
right,
move on to the project.
right.
So it doesn't mean anything good or bad.
It just is.
It just
It's the
is.
business.
It is. People, directors move on, writers move on. Like the production companies have other productions they have to do. It's not just all one project at a time. That's not how
Hmm.
this business works.
Right. Right.
So sit down, shut up, and enjoy.
Easy peasy.
Hmm. Keeping with the New York theme,
Okay.
the I don't even want to talk about this, but the Seinfeld of trailers, except instead of the greatest trailer about nothing, this is like the most aggressively average trailer about nothing.
Yes.
Madam Web.
Uh, okay. So
Adam Scott looks like he's going to be fun,
the trailer gave us absolutely nothing. It was more or less a teaser, basically saying, "Hey, a movie's coming."
but it wasn't even like Force Awakens teaser where we still didn't know what the movie was, but it still
It-
held us. Like
right,
we don't have any background to Madam Web, so we have nothing to get excited about.
right, right. And then what we got in our little 2 minute trailer wasn't enough to particularly hook us in on any of it.
I'm
Uh,
gonna forget
the
this is coming out until you ask me if I've seen it.
the 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 voiceover that Madam Web was giving during during the trailer was just unbelievably bad. I know him. He was with my mother before she died while she was studying spiders. And what? Exposition much? And it sounded like it was put together. Like that whole dialogue
It
was
sounds
not.
like I edited it in Adobe Premiere.
Yes, yes, that's it. Exactly, exactly.
For the record, I'm not that caliber editor. I barely get through editing these podcasts without Googling how to do something.
But they are still fantastic. So thank you.
My
But
Infinity Gauntlet off to you.
but the trailer didn't do much to. Again, it's it's a superhero film. So the boys and I will definitely load up the car, go to our favorite theater, and watch it. But if again, it didn't give me it that trailer didn't give me anything that would make me have to rush out and purchase the tickets
If
to
I
go.
if I don't see it Thursday, I
Right, right, which is typically what we do.
we're there
Open at
Thursday,
night. We're
6 o'clock,
there.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We're there. It's an
Yeah.
event. It's on our calendars.
Yes.
If I get a ticket and then something comes up, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So,
And
um,
just just before people start screaming at us, because I can already, well, you haven't seen it yet. You're going against your own. Where is it? Blah blah blah. You're right. We haven't seen it yet. We're not critiquing the show. We are critiquing what we have been shown officially already. And we're also critiquing it's more the editing of the trailer versus, say, the writing versus, say, the
who's
actual
in it?
acting in it. Like,
Right. Right.
let's separate these into compartments so we understand how we are talking about this. We are going off of what we know. Right now, it doesn't look exciting. I'm not on the edge of my seat wanting more. I have no idea who Madam Web is. I don't know who these characters are, and I still don't. The only thing I know that connects to something I know is Adam Scott is Ben Parker.
That's it.
That's
That's the
that's
answer.
what I know. That's my connection. And I didn't even get a lot of Adam Scott in the trailer.
Right. Right.
So based on that, I'm not excited about this coming out. I hope that they come out with a better trailer. I hope that there's better news. And I hope this isn't how this entire production is going to go because Sony needs a goddamn win if they're doing stuff on their own.
That they do. That they do.
So that's that's my thoughts on this.
That's what you got.
That's
That's the
what I
list.
got. That's what I got. I'm gonna back that in. I'm gonna back in
Oh,
the fact that I'm yelling at the trailer, not the movie.
yes. That's very important. That's a very important distinction.
Next big one that I'm probably most excited about. We got our first view of Coven of Chaos, House of Harkness, whatever it wants to be now. But the
Yeah.
point is, I got Joe Locke, I got Aubrey Plaza, and I have the can do no wrong in my book, Catherine Hahn
Yes.
back as the cracked out, what the fuck are you doing? You are insane and drunk on power, Agatha Harkness, and I am here for it.
Yes.
These are
Yes.
just
Yes.
pictures that we've seen.
Yes.
These aren't even, this isn't even a trailer or a
Right.
teaser. These are pictures. I'm more excited about these pictures that are shitty quality than I am for the official Madam Web trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you think about that, think about how funny that is. Is that we're not kind of, but we are very excited about this, which
Pictures.
wasn't a trailer. I think it was pictures and it was a behind the scene
Mhm.
thingamajob. Um, no CGI, just actors in a place. Um, and we're much more excited about that.
You saw Aubrey Plaza standing at a table, and
Yeah,
you saw the back of Joe Locke and Catherine Hahn walking through the woods.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
We still
But
don't even know for
still,
certain if Joe Locke is Wiccan.
still more exciting than what we got for
Yes.
Madam Madam Web. So really excited about that and where that's going to go and how that's going to come about. What exactly is going to happen in that? Because last time we saw uh, Agatha, she was stuck in her own mind. So how's she going to get out of that? Is it because Scarlet Witch is dead, quote unquote, or how does she get out of that? Is she still in Westview?
I'm thinking, and this might be way too predictable, but Wiccan in some universe is going to try to rescue Scarlet Witch and realize Agatha is trapped and release the witch inadvertently or something. Or he's going to need a sorcerer. The way in the comics Agatha was a mentor to Scarlet Witch,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not Joe, Wiccan is going to use Agatha as that mentor, which is why they're seen together, which is why they're not yet fighting. And of course, Agatha's going to be manipulating him the whole time because that's what she does. But I could see that happening, and that would bring her back, which I wouldn't be mad at. Because again, what happens if you need me? You're going to need me. Then I'll know right where to find you.
Right, right. Interesting, interesting. But again, just that little bit of information we got for that gets us thinking. Yeah,
And the fact that, again, we're more excited about pictures that show nothing than a trailer that was supposed to show something.
yes, that did not show anything
Yeah.
and gave us a cringeworthy exposition.
Yeah, it would have been better if they just hadn't shown us anything, and people would have, I think, been more excited for the movie. But now people are less excited, I think.
I agree. I agree.
Oh yeah, and a trailer for Furiosa was released this week.
Ah, yes, yes. Now that the trailer looks good. Unfortunately, I never saw Mad Max Fury Road, so that's on my to-do list to check that out, and then I'll be able to speak more eloquently about it.
I should probably rewatch that.
All right, but it
Uh,
did have Chris Hemsworth is in the movie,
mhm.
so he's got a lot of prosthetics and facial shit on, but we know who it is. We know you, Thor. Come
So
on.
I see you. I see you, Thor. I see you. Um, bring me Furiosa. But yeah, did we miss anything? Any
No, I think that is pretty much all the major news that has come out in the last couple of weeks. Well, we'll keep an eye out. I mean, it is we're recording this on a Sunday, so nothing has come out this weekend. But I'm sure
Mhm.
all sorts of news and notes and everything will come out here starting tomorrow, and then on into the week. And we'll definitely get more information out as we get it.
If anyone cares, which I kind of don't, it was announced that Chris Pratt is voicing Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 this week.
Chris Pratt again.
Yep.
So he's just the voice guy now.
Yep. As I said, if anyone cares, because I sure don't.
Yeah.
Um, I'm scrolling through one of my Discord channels that like has all of that right now to see if there's anything I missed.
Okay.
Um, apparently there's a Twilight remake coming, and people want Jacob Elordi and Jenna Ortega to be Jacob and or Edward and Bella. I couldn't care less about that.
Yeah. Please no.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
they're gender bending Silver Surfer.
Ah,
I
yes.
knew there was something else. Oh,
Again,
the
reportedly
internet exploded.
lost their collective shits as usual.
One of my friends who love like Silver Surfer is his favorite superhero.
Okay.
He went on a rant on Facebook, on a rant, and someone even tried to push back, being like, first of all, Silver Surfer is a role in the Herald of Galactus, and also canonically, there have been female Silver Surfers. And he's like,
Right.
nope, nope, not my Silver Surfer. My Silver Surfer's a man. Nope, hashtag not my surfer. It's like, so you're not allowing them to use canon that already exists because you don't like it? Like, oh, the internet just I sat back and just watched the world collapse in the Mew. Like, oh my God in heaven or Valhalla. Like, but also what's really funny is this person claims to be like a liberal libertarian.
Mhm.
So like pro all of the social movements, but also don't gender bend my surfer.
Don't touch my surfer.
What I really wanted to comment was, wow, that's very GOP of you. And then just mute the conversation.
You know, again, it goes back to what we talked about before, where way too much information comes out. Not only that, which it's no different if someone takes a soundbite of what we say on this podcast, totally out of context. Like you just said, hashtag not my
Not
surfer.
my surfer. Yep.
Right. So someone can easily just clip that out, take that,
If
and this is
we
what
ever
message
get
is.
popular enough that people are soundbiting us out of context, there's going to be a shit-eating grin on my face. And Dante, I'm taking you to Ruth Chris for a good steak dinner.
but way too much information it comes out, and then that gets people all fired up. So we still don't know. Okay, okay. Let's just say for shits and giggles, they do in fact gender swap, or like you said, just dig into canon that already exists and have a female Silver Surfer. Okay, We ain't talking. We don't know what movie that's in, what program that's in, movie, streaming, comics. We don't know what that's in. It could be an alternate universe, as we are
Variant of the
in
Surfer.
as we are in the multiverse saga. It could be that. We don't know. So there's really no need to get all fired up. It's not
You're getting
it's
fired
not
up
Ginger
over
Swap.
What If.
Right. It's not Ginger Swap tomorrow. It's not it could be in What If. Who knows? So again, like we always say, just relax. Don't take every little piece that you get and flip out and
Over
lose your
this
mind.
gospel, like Christ. And why don't you want to maybe let people stop gatekeeping? Stop gatekeeping these heroes to make them out what you want. Let other people come at them. This might be an avenue where some little girl is seeing now a female made Silver Surfer and gets into surfing or something. Like, stop gatekeeping this because it's not what you remember growing up. The
Right.
world's changed, guys. Get with it.
Imagine that.
It's not what it was, and it shouldn't remain what it was. And even
Right.
today, the world should not remain how it is today. And for the love of God, I hope it doesn't. But like, stop gatekeeping this stuff. Think of it as not they're ruining your childhood. They're not fracturing your memories of reading those comics or anything. They're making it more accessible to new fans.
Right. Right.
You should be applauding Disney and Marvel for making this stuff accessible. Disney and Marvel Studios single-handedly made it so nerds weren't the outcasts anymore.
Imagine that.
If we didn't have the MEU, nerds would still be in the corner eating lunch, gossiping, and now nerds rule the world essentially.
Right. Right.
Like,
All the news is surrounding Marvel, Disney, and so forth all day, every day.
yes.
Bob Iger said this. What?
Yes, we
Where
realize
would you get that from?
we realize Bob Iger said some stuff to appease his shareholders during the strike because as CEO, that's who he answers to.
Right.
You don't like it, and yeah, that's what he said on the record on camera, but like that doesn't necessarily he mean he's Mephisto incarnate. Like, let's pump our brakes a little bit and ride the ride. Ride the ride. That's the moral of the MEU.
I like it. Ride, ride.
Ride the ride. Oh, all right. Is there anything coming out in DC news? We got some casting for Superman. Skylar Gisondo is going to be Jimmy Olsen for James Gunn's Superman Legacy.
Yeah, I haven't heard much news on that front. I know we did get another Aquaman trailer.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and seeing where it goes. The only problem, or I guess not really a problem, but the issue that I think the movie's going to have is are a lot of people even going to care? So we know that this iteration of Aquaman is going to be done after this. So do we care? Do we care about um, just going to enjoy this film, knowing that it has no weight or no bearing on the greater DCEU, um, or do we just go and enjoy it? I know the two of us, will just go shut up and enjoy it, but will the movie be hurt by people just generally not even caring because they know that this is
That
this was made under a different regime?
and also Amber Heard.
Right. Right. Who they
The
they're,
movie's
they're
tainted
doing,
because of that.
they're doing so many funny things to keep her out of the trailers that
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Like,
Um,
okay, we're gonna show you that Aquaman has a baby, but we're not gonna show you the baby's mom at all. Just
and we're gonna show Boba Fett.
right.
Um, one bit of news I didn't see with Superman Legacy is Nathan Fillion's gonna be Guy Gardner
Really?
because he voiced Guy Gardner in the animated movie.
Right.
So David Cornsweet's gonna be Clark Kent. Haven't don't know him from anything. Rachel Brosnan is Lois Lane. Isabella Merced, Merced,
Mm-hmm.
the Hawk Girl. Nicholas Holt is unlisted on this. Um,
I
Nathan,
think he's rumored to be playing Lex Luthor.
yes. And then Anthony Carrigan's going to be Metamorpho.
Mm. It's gonna be an interesting film for
And,
sure.
and I mean, even with this, like, are we DC'd out? Just
I think
tired of constant flops and this cinematic universe not getting anywhere.
yes. I just look back. I just just as you mentioned yet another Superman. I'm thinking in my lifetime, I've seen this would be like my sixth Superman, sixth different
So
person who's put on the costume and played Superman.
I've seen I've seen the Christopher Reeves movies. I wasn't alive when he was playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Cain,
Oh, I
Tom,
wasn't even counting I wasn't even counting the series.
well, Dean Cain, Tom Welling,
Yeah,
um, Brandon Routh, Tyler Hoechlin, uh, Henry Cavill. That's seven right there.
yeah.
Who else am I missing?
Did you name the whoever's playing Superman and Lois right now?
Well, there's the new cast right now. Tyler Hoechlin is in the Superman and Lois series.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Corn Sweat, that would be
Yeah,
your
Corn Sweat. So that's eight.
yeah.
I mean, one could also say how many Spider-Man are they going to reboot? How many Batman are they going to reboot? We
Right.
have
I
we
think
have seen a lot of them.
right. Which is again, it's unfortunate. I mean, how many different times can you tell this same, essentially the same story over and over and over again? This last Batman, the Batman, was great. Obviously, um, bit of a different take on it,
Hmm.
darker, grimier, um, good,
He was actually a detective.
right? Um, so will we be seeing more of that type of stuff? Um, I wouldn't hate it, you know, but again, I'd hate to see Corn Sweat have this film, and then 4 years from now we have another guy playing Superman with another origin story.
Hmm.
I think we're origined out at this point. Please, no more origin stories.
We know how these heroes, Batman's parents get shot, Superman's planet explodes. We get it.
Right.
You can skip that and say, do like that's what I liked about the Batfleck movie, where it was 20 years in Gotham and where has it gotten us? We didn't need to see mom and dad get shot walking through what, Murder Alley or Death Alley or something. Like, really? You're the CEO of a multi-billion dollar company and you thought taking a shortcut through Murder Alley was the way to go? Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Mhm, mhm. Um, but that's what I liked about it, where you jumped in as a worn down Batman. You didn't need all of that stuff. You saw the Killing Joke Robin costume in the back. You saw the totems of the museum, like, and we knew who Batman was.
Right.
And I think if they do that with this Superman, that's going to save them. That's going to help them a lot. And I hope James Gunn listens to this podcast and takes our advice.
And for sure he is.
He's our only listener.
But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with a lot of this information that's come out. I mean, hell, we might 6 months from now we'll do our monthly recap, and half of this shit will be gone anyway. Who knows?
Yeah, half these projects will be canceled, and Lando Calrissian's now a Grandmaster of the Jedi Order.
Hey, anything can happen. Anything is possible.
Yes. Yes. All right. Any final thoughts and words you'd like to speak into the word verse?
No, just again, just keep looking out for news again. But don't take it too much to heart, because things change, people change, news change. So, we're taking in, we'll get the information out, and then we'll see what happens. But always remember to just continue to shut up and enjoy everything that you get.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, thank you everyone for tuning into another episode of Shut Up and Enjoy. Again, we really appreciate you guys listening to us rant and compliment and debate and talk about the stuff that we love talking about, frankly. As always, if you have any questions about what we said, about characters we mentioned, drop us a line, let us know. If you completely disagree with us, first of all, you're wrong and entitled to your incorrect opinion. Second of all, let's get you on an episode so we can have a conversation, because there might be something that we missed.
Yeah.
It's very possible that there's stuff that we missed. So let us know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave some reviews on the YouTubes, on the Spotifys, and the podcasts from Apple. Yeah, other than that, have a great week. Hope you guys, well, at this point, I hope your week's been going great. Yeah. Talk to you at the next episode.